Lucy, I hope it's not Lucy.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kelechi Chukwu. Guys, hey, this Big Brother Naija house. See, today was the eviction, and I'm sure by now you guys know that Eric and Tochi got evicted from the house. So we all know that. I will give you guys the gist, don't worry. But that's not the drama. That's not even the interesting bit. What was interesting was what happened after. And it all started when Ebuka started shaking tables. Ebuka shaking tables. Ebuka bright. You see both of them? They scattered the night tonight. So what happened? Okay, let's take it step by step. First of all, you know how it goes now. Ebuka told the housemates that there were going to be 4 housemates that will be up for possible eviction, and then the housemates that were called were Kaisha, Eric, Tricky, and Tochi. So he then handed them over to Biggie, and basically they were supposed to go and pick 2 of the housemates from those 4 that they wanted to eliminate. So we didn't actually see everyone's choice, but I think the people that I saw were Dorothy, who picked Tochi and Eric to leave the Big Brother house, and I also saw Tolani Badge, who picked Tochi and Eric. So basically Tochi and Eric ended up being the ones that the housemates voted out of the house. So when they called Eric's name, I think he was expecting it because his girlfriend left the last time. So he must have expected it. There was some drama going on with Watoni. Yesterday, it was as if him and Watoni were, wanted to start something. But so thank God he left before he would have been tempted to disrespect Lilo. And I'm sure Lilo is watching for wherever she is and feeling like, this guy wants to show himself. So Ebuka asked him that what does he think happened? Why does he think he was voted out? And he was saying he guessed he didn't connect as much or as well as the other housemates that were saved. Then Ebuka asked him about Lilo, that was going to happen now, and he was like, he's going to link up with Lilo. And so Ebuka was asking him, what about Lilo's boyfriend? Are you not bothered? And he was like, no, that he's going to pursue the whole thing, and that was their agreement. So that said, he left, which was all right as far as I'm concerned. I didn't even see any value that he had to the house. All he was doing was eating all the food. According to what they were saying on social media, he basically was eating all the food in the house. So yeah, he left. So when Eric was leaving, everybody was hugging him and everything, and Neo was holding him, and Neo started crying, and I think even Eric was even the one that was now comforting Neo and telling him, don't worry, we go see, don't worry. So that was how everybody hugged him, and then he left. So Tochi's own was really sad though, because I really liked Tochi. I wanted him in the house. So when they called him, he didn't expect it, because you could see his expression was like, oh my God,
Tochi, please leave the Big Brother Naija.
Ebuka called him up on that. He was asking him, oh, you didn't know you were going to leave? So he was saying that yes, he was disappointed, that he felt some people could have saved him, but he guesses it's a game, like everybody's playing their game. Maybe he didn't play his game right. So Ebuka was asking him who was his favorite housemate, or who did he get along with best in the house, both female and male. So for the male, he said he got along with Kidwaya and Brighto the best, so he's going to miss them. And then when they asked him about female, he said Nengi, and then he was struggling to find any other female to call. So I even thought he was going to say either Tolani Badge or Watoni, but he didn't even mention them. He was like Nengi. Ebuka was asking him about the whole Nengi thing, and he was like, Nengi was occupied, he couldn't have put himself there, but she's someone that he liked, So that was what he said, and then he left. So guys, let's get down to the main gist now. So guys, Ebuka was now seriously shaking tables. If you see what Ebuka was doing, he first asked Ozo about what happened with Prince. Ozo explained to him why he got upset. Guys, I think Ozo has anger issues. He has anger management issues and he needs to see someone for that. So the next thing, Ebuka asked Dorothy that Dorothy, it seems that there's an interesting dynamic going on between you and Ozo. You've been telling everybody that Ozo is your best friend, but we have actually heard you saying that you actually like Ozo. You confided in Lucy and Katrina before that you liked Ozo. So the thing was like, he just exposed her. So Dorothy was like, no, that she didn't say that. I don't remember saying that. And Ebuka said, I remember. You said it. And Dorothy was like, no, the only thing that happened was one time that was all past that she was talking to Katrina and Lucy and she said, oh, he's cute. That's all that she said, that she doesn't have any feelings for Ozo, zero feelings. So Ebuka now said, okay, I am no problem if you say so. Next thing, we thought that the matter had ended. Ebuka just moved to Bright. Bright. As if you guys recall, Bright has been scattering the house. He has been telling one person one thing and telling another person another. So Bright has not really been helpful in that house. Like, he's been scattering tables and confusing people. So next thing, he asked Bright, Ebuka asked Bright that, Bright, do you believe what Dorothy is saying, that she hasn't got feelings for Ozo? And Bright said no, he doesn't believe what Dorothy is saying. Hey, it was like, oh my God, I'm sure they didn't even see that coming. And he was so Ebuka asked him, so do you think that they're in a triangle? And he said yes, they're in a triangle. And he asked him that, who do you think Ozo is tending towards? And he said, of course, that one is obvious. It's Nengi that Ozo is tending towards. So he now said, okay, no problem. He now moved on. Guys, before I continue, let me just tell you what happened. Because this thing that Bright did, it upset Dorothy, Ozo, Nengi. In fact, even Lucy found herself in the middle. As after the whole eviction and everything, apparently Dorothy was upset about what happened, and maybe she was saying something like, oh, I'm always in the news because of this whole Ozo Nengi situation. I think that's what happened, because I missed that bit, but from the reaction afterwards, I realized that Lucy must have said, always talking about you in the news and everything, the people out there are thinking, you guys are in a triangle. So she was carrying it on her head. And then Nengi, apparently she now went to the toilet to pee. So Nengi had overheard her saying something like that. I mean, Nengi overheard Lucy putting her mouth in that kind of thing. So Nengi now, you cannot be saying something about Nengi and she will not react. So Nengi went to knock on the toilet door that Lucy was in. She was knocking and she said, I hope it's not me you are referring to. Hey! So Lucy now got angry. Because Lucy was saying that, she wasn't referring to Nengi in the first place, that, but that doesn't make any sense. Because if you are going about saying, why is Dorothy in the news all the time because of you guys, of course, there's no way you're not talking about Nengi. You're talking about Nengi, you're talking about Ozo, you're talking about Dorothy. That's the situation, isn't it? Now, for you to be saying, no, I wasn't talking to Nengi, that was her own. Guys, the whole thing blew up. Like, it went from 0 to 100 like within seconds.
So farms now we have measuring tape. You don't know. You didn't biology. You were sitting close to meet man. You were meeting man. That's why you did not see. You sit close to see man.
Fool. And Nengi called Lucy an old hag and said she was a Amoeba or something. Amoeba is something that doesn't have shape. And I think Lucy was also abusing Nengi, saying that all she has is skimpy. She only wears skimpy things. She doesn't have anything in her head. She doesn't have sense. They were abusing each other. And then the housemate, I think Ozo was trying to settle their fight. He was now telling Lucy to calm down, which even skyrocketed everything. Lucy was now facing Ozo, telling Ozo, why will you tell me to calm down? Am I the one? Is it not Nengi? You're supposed to go to Nengi and tell her, why are you telling me? So she just got crazy and everybody was now trying to calm Lucy down. Lucy wasn't having it. Praise was trying to talk to her that if you had not said this thing would not have happened. It wouldn't have gotten Nengi angry. That it's what you said. You said it's because you said something. But Lucy was not hearing that. She was just saying, oh, it's not, I wasn't even referring to her, what's her own business, and why should Ozo now come and be telling me to stop? That instead of him to go and meet Nengi, he's coming to meet me. That she, according to her, she was more angry because of how Ozo had come to her to try to get her to stop when he should have been telling Nengi to stop. So while they were talking about that in the room, Ozo came in and was now trying to, Ozo is a cool guy and just standing, trying to be the calm guy. But Lucy was like already going crazy. She was just talking. Ozo was trying to talk to her. At a point, Praise left her. Watoni came into the room and then both Watoni and Praise now had to leave because Lucy wasn't coming down. So it was not Lucy and Ozo in the room. And Lucy was telling Ozo, look, the why I'm angry is because you were the one that started holding me. Instead of you to go and hold your girl, you're holding me. What kind of rubbish, blah, blah, blah. So Ozo was trying to tell her the reason that because the situation had gone too crazy and that you were the closest person to me. And I was just trying to diffuse the situation. And but Lucy wasn't hearing that. She was just talking. Ozo tried to talk. She would not even let him talk. Ozo was like, if you're not going to let me talk, I'm going to leave the room.
Sure, because every other week, even so, this is how it's going to continue.
Are you going to let me speak or not? Because if you won't let me speak, I'll walk out this door.
Yeah, you're free. Really, you're really free, honestly. To be very honest, yeah.
And Lucy was like, yes, you can leave the room, do whatever you like. That's how Ozo now left. Without saying anything, Ozo now left. Lucy was like so high. She couldn't be comforted. Me, I was just thinking before she left, she was not telling Ozo that she said a lot of things. She was saying a lot of things, guys. I was like, oh my God, all these things are unnecessary. Why are you saying all these things? These people are adults in the house. What is your business, first of all? She was saying, oh, you, that I don't know what you're doing. She was telling Ozo, can you imagine that you don't know what you're doing, that you know that this girl doesn't really like you, you know that she has a boyfriend outside and you are still there. Why are you even there? What's even wrong with you? Can you imagine? Busybody, what is your own business? Why are you all up in my business? If I was Ozo, I would have stayed till that point of hearing that insult, because you're speaking to him as if he's a child. Why are you speaking to him like that? Who the hell are you? Who do you think you are, telling him that he shouldn't be bothering the girl because she has a boyfriend outside? Are we not in Big Brother for a game? Is it not a game? Everybody is playing a game. You play your own game, let him play his own game. And what's your business if he decides to be pursuing a girl that already has a boyfriend? Why don't you face your life and let everybody face their lives? So anyway, that Ozo ended up leaving the room because Lucy wasn't calming down. So he left her, and then he went back to Nengi. Before that, he had gone to Nengi to try and talk to Nengi. He was telling Nengi that he wants Nengi to promise him that she won't, reply when Lucy is telling her something. And Nengi was like, no, I can't promise that. Never. Impossible. Never. I will never promise that.
How? It's impossible.
How can somebody be telling me something that I will not say anything? Someone is telling me something. What's that? And I agree. You cannot be looking like a mumu when someone is abusing you. What's your own business with her life? Man, I wasn't impressed with Lucy. Lucy's one was too much this evening. Let me not lie. She's too much. And the whole thing, they were not talking about age. She was like, oh, I'm older than you. I'm 7 years older than you. You calling me an old hag, blah, blah, blah. That I have people like you at home or something. She was abusing, saying something. The whole age thing now came up. And guys, it was so much drama. And like I said, that was the interesting part of the evening, not even the eviction. But let me now move to another triangle, since we are all about triangles in this Big Brother house. So what I'm going to discuss next is the whole Lekon, Erica, and Kidwaya drama. So the next thing, Ebuka now asked Erica that, Erica, it seems you are eating your cake and you are having it. That what's going on between you, Lekon, and Kidwaya? There's a triangle there, blah, blah, blah. So what are you doing? So Erica was like, no, they are just my friends. That she has already explained things to Lekon. She has told Lekon everything, that she's not doing anything, And then Ebuka was like, do you not think someone is going to get hurt in all these things? And she was like, yeah, she knows Leko has a tendency of getting hurt, but she has explained everything to him, and that they've decided, or she has decided, that she's going to be giving him his space. And Ebuka was like, are you sure? I don't believe you that you want to give him his space. Are you giving? And she was like, yes, now she's giving him his space. So she was, Ebuka was asking her, so who is Lekon to you, and who is Kidwaya? And she was like, Lekon is her friend. And she was like, okay, who is Kidwaya? She said, Kidwaya too is her friend. Kidwaya is her special friend. And she was trying to touch him because Kidwaya was sat next to her. And she was like, oh, he's my special friend. I think Kidwaya didn't look impressed from the expression on his face. He wasn't impressed with that answer. Or he was like, you know, Kidwaya, nothing bothers him. He was like, let's all just move on with this conversation. Ebuka now moved to Kidwaya and asked Kidwaya that, okay, that the past day or something, we saw you advising Nengi on how to flirt with guys. You were giving her lessons. And then he asked Kidwaya that, is that what you're doing with Eric? Are you flirting with her? Is it serious? And he said, I need a direct answer. Tell us on national TV. We want to hear if you are just flirting with the girl or if you are serious about her. So he put Kidwaya on the spot. And Kidwaya was like, I don't know. Hey, he said, I don't know. I think that's not what Erica was trying to hear. I don't know. He said, oh, Erica is beautiful. That obviously he likes her, but he doesn't really know that he likes spending time with her, but he doesn't know. Hey, and that was what he said. So we also saw Ebuka shaking tables with Watoni. He moved on to Watoni at some point, and he asked Watoni that what does she think about the whole Prince and totally bad situation, like for Prince to have moved on so quick with totally bad. What does she think? Watoni was like, it's all right, that she's fine with it. There's no problem. And he was asking her that, oh, did you see it coming? She said she wasn't surprised because she's known all along that Totally Bad likes Prince. And then she said that she would have she thought that it would have been Nengi that Prince would end up with because they were quite close, but that him with Totally Bad is fine, and that she doesn't have a problem with it. And Ebuka was asking her that, does she think it's real? What they feel, is it really real? And she was like, she has not had time to think about it, but all she knows is that Totally Bad likes Prince. She doesn't know how Prince feels. You know, I think Ebuka just put her on the spot, but I think she answered all right. She didn't want to lie to say, oh, Prince loves what's her own. She won't know now. She's just talking from what she can see. And so that's how they now moved on. So again, next thing again, we saw Lekon and Erica having a conversation outside, and basically Erica was trying to act, or maybe it was true, she was actually acting like she didn't know what happened last night. So she was asking Lekon to tell her what she did. What did she say to Lekon? Because I think Lekon had told her something before, but he didn't tell her everything. So she was asking that, tell me, what did I say? What did I do? That she feels that the whole housemates, everybody knows what happened, and she doesn't know. So Lekon was trying to tell her that it was about her trying to kiss him, that he didn't do it. He didn't kiss her back because he didn't want to disrespect her like that. And so basically, Erica was trying to get the gist from Lekon, asking him, what did I do? Why did I try to kiss you? How did it happen? And Lekon was just trying to tell her. So she was like, so you didn't want to kiss me? Why didn't you kiss me? And he was like, of course, because I knew that you were drunk, you were not yourself, and I cannot do that. And besides, you had already kissed Kidwaya that same night. So I'm seeing you kissing Kidwaya, and now you want to kiss me? No, that he doesn't do things like that. So he wasn't going to do it. And then he was telling her that she had told the housemates, so one housemate, that she had told them, confided in them, that they shouldn't leave her with Kidwaya because she doesn't know what she would do. And she was like, and then he said that she also came and whispered in his ears and told him, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with Kidwaya. Don't leave me with Kidwaya or something. So that was why he had to call Lucy and Tolani Badge and the other girls and ask them to just protect her. They guarded her bed basically, and they took turns they took turns sleeping on her bed so that Kidwaya would not come and get her, because they knew that if they left that bed and Kidwaya went there, that we wouldn't know what would have happened. So so she was just forming that she was embarrassed. She was like, oh my God, how alcohol. She was not blaming the alcohol. She kept saying, that, oh, why did she do this? That was so embarrassing. How can she be trying to kiss Leko? How can? I think the way she was saying it, I felt somehow that, why are you saying it? Is Leko not a person? Is he not a person that can be kissed? Why are you thinking that it's the worst thing in the world for you to kiss Leko? I don't know. Leko was just, trying to talk to her, and then Leko was telling her that you need to choose between me and Kidwaya, because I cannot keep doing this. I have feelings for you, but I can't keep doing this. You need to choose. I will not remain, I won't be in the middle. I won't be the guy that you come to for mental stimulation, and then you go and do all the physical stuff with Kidwaya. And then she was like, oh, that can I not have both? Can I not stay with you and still stay with Kidwaya? He was like, no, you can't. Can you imagine this girl? She even had the guts to be saying that, can I not have both? She was telling him to his face. I don't understand this generation of people, So Leko said, no, you can't. You have to choose. You have to choose. I think she chose Kidwaya. I don't even know what
I just don't want you to be upset. I honestly care about you.
Upset and what were like angry that you chose?
I'm sad. Anything upset.
Okay, but the whole point
bad.
is you not choosing me in the first instance makes me sad. So
the child left the conversation there, and that was how the cameraman now left them. Another thing that we saw was Ozo now called a meeting, basically because things were happening in the house, and because of the whole evening, the way Bright had shaken tables, how Ebuka had shaken tables, everything had happened, and everybody was fighting. So, and he felt it wasn't just him, even Kidwaya them had maybe things to talk about. So basically, Ozo called for a meeting and said that they needed to discuss things that were happening, that he wanted to just say what was on his mind and clear people's minds. He said he had already talked to Bright and set Bright straight, because it's Bright that caused all these problems. He said he had told Bright that he doesn't know why Bright didn't, was confused, and anybody that is feeling that they are confused, that there's a triangle, that the person is trying to be ignorant, that I'm not sure he used that word, but basically that's what he said, that he's already said from day one that he's not into Dorothy like that they are friends, and that is Nengi he finds attractive. He doesn't know why people are still talking about it, why they are still confused. Frankly, if you people ask me, that conversation was too long. The whole Ozo standing up to address the housemates, talking about his issues with Nengi and Dorothy. Me, I thought it was too long, and I was bored. I was like, what's our own? Which one is all this head of house privilege that you're abusing? Because that's what he did. He abused the head of house privilege. We thought that it was something serious he was about to talk, and he was trying to force it down the throats of everyone that, oh, Nengi is the one I'm attracted to. What's our own business? Why are you using your head of house privilege to be talking all those ones? Please, we did. The thing was very somehow. It felt somehow, and I was looking at the reactions on social media. People were like, "Oh, so you're falling our hand. Which one is our own? You guys should go and sort out your issues, and we're all adults. Nobody cares about your drama. Nobody cares. Why do you think we care?" It was too much, I beg. He was doing the most, if you ask me. So basically, that was what he said, and then he asked everybody to just say everything that they wanted to say. So then V was the first person to speak, and V was like, oh, Lucy, what you did was wrong. How could you have called out Nengi like that? That's wrong. We're all adults. Me, I want to kiss all the guys in this house. It's nobody's business. You shouldn't be, taking it personal and telling her that she's this or that. She should have called Lucy to order and was telling Lucy what she did was wrong. And then Tricky T talked. Tricky T said, oh, that you shouldn't bring up the whole age thing, that I'm sure I'm more than 10 years older than some people in this house, but I don't bring that up. I don't see things like that. I even act younger than I look younger than many people that I'm older than, but that's not an issue, that we shouldn't be talking about the age thing, that shouldn't even come up. Praise too stood up, and Praise now. Praise first said he was going to do it very short. He doesn't have a lot of things to say, but my God, his own was even almost as long as Ozo's own. At a point, I was like, please, Praise, just sit down. We are tired. He was just saying, oh, that he talked about the age thing, which Tricky had already talked about. So I don't know why he was talking about it. He said he was not going to pick sides. He said he liked Nengi, and he also liked Lucy. He was not explaining what happened, that he was... Man, I don't care. Why are you telling us? So he was just talking. I think Praise likes to hear the sound of his voice. He was talking too long, as far as I'm concerned, and I was like, just shut up already. I think at the end he had to sit down, because the body language of the housemates were telling him that, I beg, sit down, it's enough. Then Lucy now talked. Lucy now said, oh, she was not explaining what happened, that she was shocked when Nengi started calling her old hag and said that she was Amoeba. That jab is serious. So I don't know, if someone calls me that Amoeba, I will feel bad though. She was like, she was shocked that she wasn't even talking to Nengi in the first place, that she doesn't have anything against Nengi, blah blah blah. You don't have anything against her, but you are saying things about her. I beg. So she was talking that what happened was, it was because of Ozo, that she was angry how Ozo took it. But at the end, she apologized to Ozo. She was telling Ozo, sorry that the way I addressed you when you were trying to talk to me, I didn't listen to you and you walked out of the room. I'm sorry. Then she apologized to the whole housemates, telling them how she had behaved, that she's really sorry. But she didn't really apologize to Nengi. I didn't hear her say sorry to Nengi. She was just saying, she just generalized the apology. And me, I was like, she should have apologized to Nengi. But I guess Nengi should have also apologized to Lucy, because when people start fighting and people start calling each other names, it's really hard to go back from that, because you keep remembering, this girl called me Amoeba, this girl said I'm old, this girl said I have no sense. You start thinking about those things. So it's really not the best when people use all these strong words when they're abusing each other. So anyway, she said sorry to everybody, and then Nengi just walked. After everything, Nengi had to leave. Everybody left and she left. You could see from her body language she was not impressed, and she wasn't even ready to say anything else. She wasn't going to apologize, because she didn't think she had anything to apologize about. And I'm on her side. I don't know what Lucy's own is with her. She should leave her alone. Face your own life, face your own game, and leave the girl alone. So after Ebuka had finished shaking the house and had done more, I think he did more damage than good. He now came up and he was telling the housemates that he noticed that the past week the housemates have been kind of mellow. They've not really been on top of their games, and he feels it's because they are afraid of getting evicted. So everybody's playing calm. They're trying to be nice to other people, so that those people will save them if they end up being in the bottom 4. So he was just telling them that you need to play your game. You shouldn't be playing safe and all that. You need to be consistent, because we at home that are voting, we can see through all these things that you're doing. So stop all this flip-flopping, he said. And then he said, he gave us an adage, and he said, snake when no get poison, na him then go use for firewood last. Hey, but that was really a good advice that he gave. Imagine, after shaking tables, that's the advice that Ebuka gave the housemates, so that they can be themselves, they can be sharp, and they should show themselves and stop being all mellow and stuff. You can see that the drama was really after the eviction. The eviction itself was not dramatic enough. That's how they call someone Amoeba, just like that. I didn't even know Nengi had such viciousness in her. But man, if you come for me, I will come for you. So kudos to my girl Nengi. And hey, let me not forget, Kaisha addressed the house. She was telling them thank you for saving me, that I really feel valued. I feel like you guys are really my friends. She was really saying that, and that was so sweet of her. So anyway, that's the full gist though. That's really what if I'm missing something, I will catch up on that on my next video. But for now, that's really what happened. Thank you guys for staying with me till the end of this video. If you are still contemplating, if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. You don't have to contemplate anything, just subscribe, and remember to click that notification bell, because you always get reminded when I bring out any new videos. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.